Now at 9, see which Muncie roads are closing for construction.
Applications are open for student loan forgiveness.
And see what group of Hoosiers are feeding the hungry.
And classroom decorations in one Northwest Indiana school district causing debates between parents and teachers.
October! I'm tracking how long this cool weather lasts and when we'll bring back those groovy 70s. All that more in my full forecast ahead.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for being with us. I'm Grace Benkowski.
And I'm Kennedy Court.
For the past few weeks, Muncie drivers have had to find new routes due to construction.
They can add Weiser Street to that list now. NewsLink Indiana's Zach Vance has the latest.
Detours, 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 and more detours. You may be finding yourself a different way to work after construction closures at the intersection of Vine and Weiser Street have the road completely blocked off. The construction aims to improve the stormwater drainage in the area around the historic Depot building, which is currently serving as the Cardinal Greenway headquarters. This construction is just the start of a larger contract with the Muncie Sanitary District in an attempt to improve the stormwater drainage around the city. So how do you navigate around the construction? Bowen Engineering, who's leading the project, says that this will be the detour route, bringing you through Madison Street and McCulloch Boulevard. But how much longer will the construction be in effect? Alec Goodall of Bowen Engineering is the project manager and says the closure of East Weiser Street and North Vine Street is anticipated to take 3 weeks for all underground piping systems and for surface restoration to be completed. Final restoration will be ongoing until the end of November. He also says that the closure does not affect the access to any nearby businesses. In Muncie, Zach Vance, NewsLink Indiana.
A school district in Northwest Indiana says signs with certain social justice messages are political and they must come down.
A parent complained the messages were too political and went to the Lake Central School Corporation School Board. The district ordered teachers to take down the signs and only display religious or political messages that are considered, quote, neutral.
That pride flag in Illinois is not considered a political message. In Oregon, it's not considered a political message. In Indiana, it is.
The posters say, quote, in this classroom, we believe, at the top, and include numerous images such as a rainbow LGBTQ pride flag, a raised black fist for Black Lives Matter, and a raised pink fist and a Venus symbol for feminism. The superintendent says the posters could open up the district to legal trouble because under Indiana law, they are considered a political message. He said case law indicates classroom decorations are considered nonverbal speech, but the decision does not impact students' displays in student wardrobes.
According to a Feeding American report, over 800,000 Hoosiers struggle with food insecurity. One Indiana nonprofit, Hoosiers Feeding the Hungry, is looking for hunters to donate deer to help combat that number. NewsLink Indiana's Tara Konechny has more.
Hunters and farmers this season are encouraged to donate their livestock or deer to Hoosiers Feeding the Hungry, which then processes and puts that meat back into the community to feed people in need.
And Hoosiers Feeding the Hungry pays all the processing fees on these donations, so there's no cost to the donors, and the meat is given to the hunger relief agencies free of charge.
Protein is something that is scarce to many hunger relief agencies because of the rising meat prices. However, it is important for a healthy diet.
So by getting meat to these hunger relief agencies, we're also providing a nutritional option that can help not just feed people, but also make sure they have the proper nutrition so our children can have full bellies, they can focus.
They partner with 85 meat processors across Indiana to have meat processed and given back into the community.
Partnerships with farmers, hunters, 4-H members, and meat processors throughout the community. This allows us to do it at a kind of a discounted rate to us.
The closest meat processor to Delaware County, where hunters can drop their deer off free of charge to be processed and donated, is Farmland Locker, which is located about 25 minutes east of Muncie. Each whole deer donated can make 200 meals for people in need.
Last year, we did 2,000 pounds of meat in Delaware County, and that half of that was venison. So it's really an asset to our program.
In Muncie, Tara Konechny, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on how you can get involved, you can visit their website at HoosiersFeedingTheHungry.org. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is offering debt relief to thousands of financially struggling farmers. Today, the agency announced more than 13,000 farming operations have received nearly $800 million. The money comes from the $3.1 billion allocated for farmers under the Inflation Reduction Act.
I sure hope these crops aren't ruined by all this snow we're having.
I know, the snow and the cold weather. Ryan, what's it looking like?
Well, we're definitely looking pretty cold. As a matter of fact, the coldest weather of this season is still yet to come. Still hanging around here are some 30s on the east side of the state, 39 here in Muncie, and we're going to get colder over the next couple of nights. Even today, look at that, we reached 35 for a morning low, even some below freezing temperatures. And that's what we're concerned about, especially for those crops. And then the other thing is precipitation. We're still hanging on to some pesky snow showers, even some rain showers. Very interesting mishmash of precipitation, and our first precipitation of that kind, that first time we've ever seen measurable snow around this time since 1989 in some areas. But how long are we going to hold on to that cold and November-like weather? I'll talk about that. Clearing skies are taking over. When is that? And when those groovy 70s rock on in my full forecast ahead. Grace Kennedy, back to you.
Thank you, Ryan. A Marion couple is supposed to have their wedding date this Friday, but after receiving life-changing news, their plans had to change.
And the staff at Ball Memorial stepped in to help. In September, Jesse Bass' testicular cancer returned, and that's when he and his wife knew their wedding would be pushed back. They were able to have a small ceremony before Jesse's first day of chemotherapy at Ball Memorial. Even if it wasn't a traditional wedding venue, the Bosses were still able to celebrate with friends and family.
It's actually really fun. It was nice to be able to spend time with some close family with everything that was happening. But it was a good day.
According to Taylor, Jesse finished his second week of chemo last Friday and has his next treatment in 2 weeks. Thick clouds of black smoke blanketed Marietta, Ohio this morning after a plane crashed into a car dealership lot. Fire erupted shortly after contact, but has since been put out.
So this morning at 7:15, around 17:15 this morning, a 1974 Beechcraft King Air E90 crashed into the car lot at the Pioneer Buick GMC lot. There were 2 occupants that were on board at the time of the crash.
The pilot and passenger in the plane died in the crash. The Ohio State Highway Patrol is investigating the incident. Federal student loan forgiveness applications are now live. Find out who's eligible.
And a Hollywood icon is about to be the face on the next U.S. quarter. Find out who it is next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
President Joe Biden touting the formal launch of the application process for the administration's student loan forgiveness plan yesterday.
Borrowers with federally held student loans are now eligible to apply for up to $10,000 in debt cancellation if they make less than $125,000 per year, and as much as $20,000 if they were also Pell Grant recipients. Relief is also available for graduate students and parents who borrowed Federal Plus loans if the borrower meets those income requirements.
The Department of Education has told us that if you apply for debt cancellation by the middle of November, you'll be able to get your student debt canceled before payments restart.
The Department of Education says it will email at least 8 million borrowers who will be considered for debt relief but don't need to apply because the department already has their income information.
Look at this application as the first step towards not only unleashing the full potential of borrowers and students and parents, but of the entire economy.
This phase of the administration's debt cancellation program is building onto a pandemic-era pause in federal student loan repayment that is set to restart in January. Borrowers looking for relief have until December 31st, 2023 to apply.
The Girl Scouts of America has received its largest donation ever from Mackenzie Scott. The ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos gifted the organization $84.5 million. The Girl Scouts said in a release, Scott and the national chapter will choose 29 local councils to receive the funds. The money will be used in part as membership grants in communities that have, quote, been under-engaged, and to develop programs to help prepare girls for leadership. The group said there will also be an expanded focus on career readiness and mental wellness.
A new study has revealed when it comes to getting promoted into management, men still have an advantage, and women who do rise to leadership roles are more likely to have their authority undermined and some of their efforts go unrecognized. In the wake of the pandemic, they are now more likely than ever to quit as a result of dissatisfaction at work. That's according to the 2022 Women in the Workplace report from McKinsey & Company. Among the employers studied, the report found for every 100 men promoted from an entry-level job to manager, only 87 women are moved up, and overall, 80% of managers were men.
You may want to rethink your hairstyling routine. Scientists have uncovered a connection between hair straightening products and an increased risk of cancer. Ongoing research previously linked hair straightening chemicals to hormone-related cancers like breast and ovarian cancers. Now, a new study published shows there is also an increased risk of uterine cancer. Data shows Black women may be more at risk because they use more products. Researchers say the hair products marketed directly to Black women and children have chemicals associated with disrupting hormones.
Trailblazer Anna Mae Wong will be the first Asian American on U.S. currency.
Over the decades, she rose to fame and became the first Asian American film star in Hollywood. Her first leading role was in The Toll of the Sea in 1922 when she was 17. Wong died in 1961. The Wong Quarter will be the 5th release this year as part of the American Women Quarters program. It calls for 5 new coins each year from 2022 through 2025. The U.S. Mint is expected to create more than 300 million Wong Quarters.
Well, you're going to need that winter coat for just a little while longer. Wind will be making that trailblaze towards some warmer temperatures in my full forecast ahead.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs.
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father,
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
Actor.
it's time we take a step forward
it's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Well, good evening out there. I am NewsLink Indiana weather forecaster Ryan Hill, and it's definitely been a rainy, snowy, and even cold one out there. And we're going to be holding on to that for at least the next 12 to 24 hours as this pesky system is hanging around up in Toronto with little energy spinning around and giving us some of that dreary weather that we've been stuck with all day. But I gotta tell you, it's been very interesting to see that snow around here. And it's definitely been keeping things cool. You have a persistent area of deeper blues on the map representing some upper 30s, 37 in Fort Wayne, 39 in Muncie, some mid 40s tracking down I-65 and then down through Terre Haute. You've got some cooling there. But when you factor in the wind that's been around pretty much all day, gusting to 30 miles an hour, feels like 28 in Fort Wayne, 32 in Muncie. So definitely time to consider bringing out that winter coat. And that will be the trend in that forecast as we work our way along. You can see those mid and lower 30s as we roll along, and we're still holding on to some precipitation. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to hold on to that tomorrow because we've still got some energy hanging around. So you're gonna wanna bundle up in the morning, winter coat, shed maybe a layer, you get a jacket going on later during the day. We do have some clearing, high of 50 expected, gusty winds still though. So secure anything that you haven't secured yet in your lawn. Other than that, you can definitely see we hang around with that precip until 12, 1 o'clock, then it's on out of here. And then we also have that next system, maybe a little upper level shortwave energy to kick off some showers. We shall see about that. But the other big headline is the warmer weather that we are expecting around here, and that's not only in the CPC outlook, but in our full forecast, our full 7-day forecast here. Football Saturday, very nice right there, 68, but by the time, folks, we get to the beginning of next week, wow, bringing back the groovy 70s and those blue skies smiling at us, oh baby. 76 by the time we reach Monday is very impressive. We're going to have to watch maybe for some interesting gusty weather, maybe some gusty showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Then we'll see how things shake out. I've been watching some of the dynamics for that, but nonetheless, I say we've got at least one more night of very cold temperatures, and then we start turning that corner. So something for everybody in this forecast. How you guys feeling about all this?
Hey, you know, some people are taking out their jackets tonight, but they're going to be wearing shorts this weekend. It's crazy. Indiana weather to a T.
Break out the shorts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mittens and shorts this week.
I know. It's a crazy one for sure.
Interesting fashions, I'll say.
I know. But hey, you know, perfect for homecoming weekend because I'm thinking people are going to be outside. They're going to want to stay warm. So thank you so much, Ryan. And we're going to toss it over to Brendan with sports.
Hey, thanks. The local high school football team gets set for the postseason action, as well as 2 Ball State teams wrapping up their fall seasons. All that and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously. Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brendan Mullet with sports. With sectionals just a couple days away for IHSA football, the Yorktown Tigers look to continue their season-long dominance. NewsLink's Indiana's Zach Greer caught up with the teams as they prepare for the postseason.
Screams, celebrations, and are all big factors for Yorktown. After a 6-3 regular season this year, the Tigers are led by head coach Mike Wilhelm.
We had an excellent offseason, excellent senior class, leadership-wise, junior classes right there with them. We had a lot of guys not miss anything in the offseason, and that really helped us going into this regular season.
The team is also led by junior quarterback Mason Moulton, who is proud of the work from his Tiger teammates.
We all put in a lot of work to improve athletically, so we felt really confident going into this year, and then I felt like we just did a great job translating that onto the football field.
As big plays come from many players, senior Colton Nanko credits the coaching staff for the team's success.
Our coaches take a big pride in their scouting reports that they spend hours doing and making. They don't do it for no reason, so I think we're all big believers that if we go in, study the scouting report, watch film, do it all, that we'll come out with a good result.
Yorktown is looking to accomplish their first sectional title since 2014. Their opponent just so happens to be their Delaware County rival in the Delta Eagles.
In a rivalry game, it's a lot of momentum. We want to get some momentum early on.
It's also sectional football, so everybody's kind of super amped up, ready to play, so I think everybody's kind of doing on their work, doing their job this week.
Kickoff at Delta High School will take place this Friday at 7 p.m. In Yorktown, Zach Greer, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Ball State football team winning 3 individual awards in a 3-week period. NewsLink Indiana's Devin Downey talked to 2 players to earn these honors.
Ball State football going back to back to back. The Cardinals offense winning the MAC West Offensive Player of the Week 3 weeks in a row. Quarterback John Paddock earning the honors 2 weeks in a row for his performances against Georgia Southern and Northern Illinois, throwing a combined 73 completions for 741 yards and 5 touchdowns.
It's great that I get recognized, but a lot of time the quarterback gets too much credit in victory and sometimes gets too much criticism and loss.
Even with the individual awards under his belt, the junior isn't looking for anything besides his team's success.
Obviously, it's good to have individual accolade. For the guys, it's great to see people have success, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the team, and team accolades create individual accolades.
The following week, the award would go to sophomore running back Carson Steele for his performance against Central Michigan 2 weekends ago, running through their defense for 124 yards.
It's definitely exciting to be able to go out and win that achievement for the week, but just trying to keep head focused and keep working on little things that we need to do. Just keep going week by week, and that's really going to help us lead to those victories and hopefully more achievements down the road.
Both players credit their teammates and coaches for their individual success, including offensive coordinator Kevin Lynch.
To get it both different ways is good because obviously we've won the last 3 football games in a lot of different ways, so it's obviously good for those guys to get individual success, but generally speaking, it's because the team did something well.
Paddock, Steele, and the Cardinals will look to keep the momentum rolling as they take on Eastern Michigan at 2 p.m. this Saturday for homecoming. In Muncie, Devin Downey, NewsLink Indiana.
Switching things to the fairway, both women's and men's golf teams wrapping up their fall seasons today. The women hitting the road to compete in the Little Rock Classic. Ball State finishes towards the bottom of the leaderboard in 12th place out of 16 competing schools. Freshman Sarah Gallinger leads the way for the Cardinals, tied for 36 overall. Moving over to the men's side, the Cardinals wrapping up their own tournament at the Dayton Flyer Invitational. The Cardinals earn a 7th place finish out of 13 participating squads as Joey Ranieri leads the way with a 9th place finish of his own. And guys, Homecoming's just a few days away. Do you guys have any plans this weekend for the festivities that are going to happen?
I'm looking to tailgate and go to the football game. How about you?
I'll be tailgating with my family.
Yeah, any plans for you?
I mean, I'm working the football game. It'll be great to see some students supporting the Cardinals this weekend, hopefully.
Definitely want to see a full crowd out there. Well, the homecoming talk does not stop there. After the break, we have the latest on this week's homecoming festivities.
And a final check on weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. My name is Maria Perez, and this is your campus coverage. More entertaining events are appearing as homecoming weekend approaches. The legendary bed races is one of the traditions going all the way back to 1980. Each team has 5 members in total. 4 members push their single racer to the finish line. I spoke with one of the new members who joined the winning team from last year's competition.
I'm a freshman, and I'm super excited for this year's bed racing because my church, the Christian Campus House, won last year, and we're doing it again this year, and we have a second team, so 2 chances hopefully to win. And yeah, I'm super excited.
To enter the race, all you have to do is fill out an entry form on Eventbrite. Fees range from $20 to $25, and this event is located in Riverside Avenue at noon this Friday. Be sure to tune in into NewsLink Indiana this Friday for our live coverage of the bed races on our Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Maria. Hopefully looking for those nice temperatures this weekend as we head into homecoming. Ryan, what do you have for us?
Well, definitely let me put some pep in your step, folks. It's chilly now, but I gotta tell you, those upper 60s, lower mid 70s into the weekend, I think that's pretty all right for that, yeah? Great for some chirp chirp fever. How about that? What do you guys ready for homecoming?
Definitely looking forward to it. I don't know about you, but are you ready to put the mittens away like we were talking about earlier? Bring the shorts out? What are you thinking?
I'm a big fan of mittens. I don't really like to wear shorts.
I'm shorts. I kept them here on campus just in case I needed to break them out because this weather, you never know what you're going to get. So did you have your mittens down here already? Or is
yes,
that
I did. I brought my mittens back with me.
She's been prepared. All right. Well, that is all that we have tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night, streaming at live at 9 on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.